Hello everyone and welcome back. This is the Leech bringing you Game 2 between MouzMana, the green Protoss here on the left, and Liquid TLO, the purple Zerg. Spoiler alert, again spoiler alert, Game 1 went to MouzMana. He applied some pretty constant pressure, was able to take out TLO's siege line in the middle of the map and do some decent damage to him. TLO was just playing on defense at the whole end of the game. He did pull off some nice EMPs, but coming back from those High Templar builds, once Protoss can just start warping those in with the Kydarian Amulet upgrade, it gets really difficult to hold off. Once again, this is before the last patch, so that upgrade is still in the game. TLO's Zerg has always been really interesting. He does some pretty cool things. I've seen him go nothing but mastlings. I've seen him go heavy infestors, which you don't see too often, so it's refreshing to see him try these different strategies. And I remember seeing an interview with him at one point. By the way, I'll just make note of this. He did just 10 pool, it looks like, or 9 pool. I saw an interview once with TLO, and they asked him why he didn't use the Mutiling build too much against Terran, and even Protoss, a lot of people have been successful with it, and he said he's just not good with Mutalisk, which was kind of a cool thing to hear, that he just likes to use what he's good at. I feel like a lot of players try and stick to the standard builds, even if they're not very good with them. I'm going to see a Forge Fast Expand coming down here for MouzMana, and this can always be really difficult to break, but TLO did get that pool earlier than normal, so he could have Zerglings out fairly quickly to his base. He might be able to get in there before any cannons are coming down. Forge is going to be about halfway done, though. TLO might be able to sneak some guys, and we'll see what he decides to do. They are pretty close ground positions, but all of these new maps, these GSL maps, are quite large, so doing rushes is not always the smartest thing to do. TLO does have some Zerglings coming out here. 4 Zerglings and a Queen getting started. MouzMana does have that Photon Cannon coming down, so really standard stuff. He's going to be getting this Nexus as soon as he can here. He might have to throw down 2 gateways here just to wall this off in case of these early Zerglings. These 4 Zerglings are going to be making their way over. And if he's not ready for it, they can get in and do a decent amount of damage. His cannon is going to finish, though, and it will kill 1 or 2 of them before they can really get in there. MouzMana is just about there, ready for his expansion. He's going to be thrown down any second, and there it goes now. TLO's going to poke up, see that cannon, and probably back away. He's not feeling too hot about that right now, and losing any units this early on can really hurt. But he is going to sit here and just watch what's going on, watch what MouzMana throws down. There's a gateway, so he does even have a little better choke here for those Zerglings to have to run through. Over in TLO's base, we see he's at 20 supply now and hasn't thrown down an expand. That's a little late, but looks like he's actually going down for that now. The probe is here to micro away and just annoy the heck out of TLO. So, oh, and the pylon going down. I hate it when people do that. It's a very annoying thing to have to deal with, and he might just end up canceling that because these Zerglings are going to come over here and take this down in a matter of seconds. So if MouzMana decides to cancel that, it would save him 100 minerals. Doesn't look like he's going to worry about it, and the Zerglings are actually running in to catch this probe. So MouzMana's expansion is going to be finished before TLO's. And he does have this gateway finished now. He's going to get his cybernetics core and kind of start going down a more normal tech path, but it is going to be sped up by these, by his expansion being up earlier than TLO's. And TLO still has not even been started. It's a pretty huge deal when Zerg typically wants to be 1 base ahead of their opponent if it's against a Terran or Protoss. So being this late on an expansion can be difficult, but TLO is actually double expanding. I'm sorry I missed this. He's getting the expand up north here and 1 down south. And he's getting this control of this Zelnaga tower here, which is going to help him a lot. I'm not sure if MouzMana knows that that double expansion is going down. He doesn't. He doesn't even know any of them are going down. I'm sure he figured this one was going to be coming down, but he is completely in the dark on this one in the north position here. Back to the everyone cam, have a little worker battle going on here, and TLO's north expansion finishes. He's going to be able to drone up really harder, especially with MouzMana throwing down more and more cannons. It looks like he's a little worried about some early pressure to throw down that second cannon. Stargate coming down for MouzMana. I've seen a lot of stuff like this lately, watching the GSL spoiler again here. I'll give you a few seconds here to stop if you don't want to hear any results of the team series. Slayer's Alicia was a complete beast. He was doing Forge Fast Expands and going Stargates, doing Void Ray Phoenix play against
I believe it was I Am Losira, and it was very, very effective. Once he got 3 Phoenixes out and a Void Ray, there is no way for him to, I Am Losira to protect his queens anymore, and TLO was just easily able to, sorry, not TLO, MouzMana was easily able to take down his queens and just damage his economy to a point where he couldn't recover. TLO is getting 1 gas here at his expansion and getting layer tech as well. Spawning pool not doing much. He does have 2 extractors up here. So he's sitting on 3 gas right now. Protoss is pumping out a Void Ray. Chrono boosted. That could be doing a lot of damage to TLO here if he's not ready for it. TLO does have, I believe, 1 queen out. Just 1 queen at this time. So that could be a little difficult for him to deal with. This Void Ray is making his way up to this expansion. He's going to be able to kill a lot of drones. If he can charge up on this base and start killing drones, he can do a lot of damage. TLO does have a queen on the way. Probably not going to be out before some damage can be done. And he's actually going to choose to charge up on this Overlord. TLO does have a queen coming down here. And queen versus Void Ray. Void Ray can win if he runs away right. But the Phoenix comes in and picks up the queen. That's going to be a huge loss for TLO. And this Void Ray is going to be charged. This other queen's going to be popping out soon. But a charged Void Ray against a queen is not an even match at all. And more Phoenixes coming out. This is going to be really difficult for TLO to hold off here. Again, those 2 Phoenixes, they're just going to be switching. One will probably have enough energy for another pickup soon, and this Void Ray is just going to sit here and possibly even take down this hatchery. There is a queen here now. It looks like still 1 queen, but TLO does have his Hydra Den down. He's starting to pump out Hydralisk. He is ahead on the worker count, just barely by 2. If he's able to hold this off, which I'm not sure is going to happen. These Hydralisks are so slow off creep, and these Phoenixes are just so fast. It looks like I missed it, but MouzMana did lose his Void Ray. I'm not sure how that happened. It seemed like it was in a pretty safe spot, but apparently those Hydralisks must have popped out and killed it real quick. TLO is starting to rally his units here to the Xel'Naga. He's got quite a few Hydralisks out. It looks like 11 Hydralisks out, and I'm sure more on the way. TLO, so he's got to be feeling pretty comfortable. Level 1 ground attacks coming out, and a robotics facility for MouzMana. And he's getting some stalkers out here. Not too many production facilities for him. I guess 4 or 5 gates, and that Stargate. So he's sitting okay. TLO is making a lot of drones right now, so that is going to be pretty huge for him. 6 drones and 7 Hydralisks as well. Also another queen on the way. And if we look at the supply between the 2 people, I really hate that this is not. Actually, I'm gonna watch these Hydralisks here. Force fields are really gonna hurt. Though Hydralisks are good against gateway units, they're not good when they're split in half. So MouzMana is easily going to be able to take out half a Hydralisk, or the other half are going to have to retreat, but they're very slow. And MouzMana might actually be able to come in and pick up a few of these. More Hydralisks here to reinforce, but I still don't think he's going to have enough to fight this off. MouzMana being so fast, he can kite those kind of easily, get a few extra shots off. Both players still just slowly getting upgrades. Actually, TLO hasn't really gotten any upgrades. As you saw, MouzMana just finished the robotics bay. So there is going to be Colossi play, and he is getting extended thermal lance right now. TLO is getting the Spire, so that is a pretty good counter to have Mutalisk for those, or Corruptors even is what he'll probably be going for. If we take a look at our probe count again, we're going to see that MouzMana is actually ahead by 3. TLO can produce so many drones so quickly though. We have 2 Hydralisks running away from the rest of the group. They should probably come back here and get with their buddies. There we go. Just had to help TLO click a little bit there. It's no big deal. They're still just mining like crazy, trying to get out. TLO's just droning up again. He can tell that he's kind of safe from an attack right now because he kind of pushed all those guys back there. A few pylons coming out, keeping the supply cap high. I won't be surprised if we see a 3rd here soon, and there it goes. By MouzMana, a 3rd base coming down. And it is going to be pretty easy for him to defend this. One little ramp here. Got the Colossi out. Extended Thermal Lance is going to be finished fairly soon. Looks like it's over halfway done. I'm sure he's chrono boosting that. If we take a look up here and actually find where it is. There we go. FP is going to finish chrono boosting that. And TLO looks like he's going with Mutalisk. He does have 5 Mutalisks coming out. He's got Metabolic Boost coming out for his Lings. Pneumatized Carapace. And the Zerg Fire Tax level 1. MouzMana is getting out another Colossi here, and TLO still continuing to pump out more Mutalisks, so this is going to be a really interesting battle. MouzMana doesn't have any cannons back here, and there's a lot of room to come and harass these probes here. Not so much back here, but if MouzMana's entire army is up here, he's going to be able to go up here no problem and do a little damage. Have a Twilight Council coming down for MouzMana as well. He might just be trying to get his either Zealot Legs, most likely Blink Stalker upgrades. TLO taking a distant expansion down here, which is very interesting. I've seen him do this a lot as Zerg. Mutalisks coming in here doing some harassment. They're going to get a lot of probe kills, and actually these Phoenixes could go down, but TLO is going to wisely pull back. Of course, right after I say that he doesn't like using Mutalisks, he goes Mutalisks. Figures. TLO's expansion here is just about finished. He's getting some Lings out. Speed is just about to finish. Also getting some Corruptors out. He saw those Colossi there. And here comes what could be the push from MouzMana that can basically almost decide the fight. 2 Colossi, a lot of Stalkers, a lot of Sentries, and he's just playing with us, just going to do pokes. And doing these little pokes like this, or just waiting for his 3rd Colossi. Doing the little pokes, just coming out of your base a little bit, can make your opponent react a lot, and it can stop TLO from making drones. He'll also getting roaches now, and of course MouzMana is getting that blink for his Stalkers. We are going to see one big battle here coming up pretty soon, unless TLO is going to really be able to do some work with these Mutalisks. That cannon up there is probably going to deter him, or he's just going to kill it, because Mutalisks are that awesome. He'll take that down. He's going to do a lot of damage to these probes here. And MouzMana decides that he's just going to go try and kill his opponent using the day 9 approach. You know, if you're getting muted harassed a lot and you can't stop it, just go friggin' kill him. With this Observer, he's going to be taking out a lot of these creep tuners here. Big push coming in from TLO to try and fight these backers, pushing all those Overlords up too to try and mess up some of the targeting. Some force fields going down. They are filtering the units a little bit, and TLO's got about 7 Hydras that missed about 3 rounds of attacks, but it looks like he's going to be able to clean this up. Hydra is so effective against gateway units. Then again, that Colossi is still up. Just went down, actually. Blink Stalker's coming in. He's going to try and finish everyone off. He is going to be able to kill these Mutalisks, but TLO does have 8 Roaches on the way. He's already got a huge group of Roaches down here. More Corruptors coming in case of Colossi. And MouzMana just trying to pick off some Overlords as he's moving back out. There is Overlords here, just poop and creep everywhere to try and make that creep highway all the way into his base. Lots of cannons being thrown down to try and prevent Mutalist harass and prevent a little backdoor here from TLO, backdoor attack. Looks like TLO is getting Glial Reconstruction. And also another Queen coming out, more Zerglings, another Colossi coming out for MouzMana, and some attack upgrades for the ground units of the Protoss. He is going to probably lose all these Overlords. TLO is probably perfectly fine though. I'm sure he's got plenty of extra Overlords that he's not worried about anything happening there. 3 more gateways coming down for MouzMana. You know, they want to keep the production facilities up so that when the game gets a little more macro-based, they're able to create their army even faster. They don't want to get too out of control, but they want to be able to make their army back up to what it was almost instantly if possible. TLO threw down another expansion down here, so he's going to be sitting on 5 base now. Not currently mining anything here, but he is droning a lot right now. So 6 drones coming out, and he's probably going to keep pumping more out, get all these saturated. Looks like the mains are just about done. He could move a bunch of those, and there he goes. Here I am thinking I'm smart for a split second. TLO's like, I don't think so. Corruptors here just come to see what they can see. Maybe snipe off of Colossus that are sitting here, 1 or 2 Colossus. But not getting anything. Chrono boosted out more upgrades out of that forge. And TLO is throwing a bunch of drones down here to the expansion.